Hey, what's up guys? This is Frank. This is my training footage from Sunday, February 14th. This is 9 weeks out from my powerlifting meet, so my training is now changed up a little bit. We're into the transmutation phase, so slowly going to be decreasing volume and increasing intensity. Also, I'm not going to be doing variations anymore, so I'm just going to be doing my competition lifts for my main movements. I'll be squatting 3 times per week and benching 3 times per week, and then deadlifting twice a week, all competition style. So this is my first day. So on this day I'm hitting squats, so I'm going to have a hypertrophy day, a recovery day, and a strength day for my squat and bench, since those are 3 times a week. And then for my deadlifts, I'll have a strength day and a recovery day. So squat hypertrophy here, pretty light, 65% just for 3x10s. And these went really well. Still getting back those motor patterns. They were feeling good, but not as good as they've obviously felt in the past, where I was really practicing the movement a lot. So just feeling a little bit rusty, especially at higher reps, a little bit maybe off balance on my feet, but overall they went well. For 3x10, it actually felt pretty easy. I was obviously doing a lot of volume on the safety bar squats, so I guess I'm able to probably recover pretty well from it. It's just the movement itself I need a little bit more practice with. Just wanted to let you guys know also really quickly, there's not going to be any food in this video. There's no food on the thumbnail, so that already means it's going to get less likes and less views. But I really wanted to just take this video to kind of go over what my training is going to be like for the next several weeks. So I have my training planned out for weeks 9 through week 5. And basically for all my strength days for my movements, we're going to be going up by 2.5% each week. So starting out for squats and deadlifts, I'm going to be hitting 80%, and by the end of this, by 5 weeks out, I'll be up to 90%. And then obviously things will pick up even more as we get even closer to the meet. For bench press, since my bench, for the longest time, I've been able to rep out more weight at the same percent as like squat and deadlift, and be able to hit more reps on bench. So what we're going to try to do with this prep is increase the intensity a little bit and work for more reps than I would typically hit at that intensity on, say, a squat or a deadlift. So for bench, I'm going to be going from 85% up to 95% through this 5-week transmutation phase. So this is my third set of 10 on squats, my final set. And this is a good angle at knee height to show you guys what my depth looks like, and it looks good here. I've been trying to spend a little bit more time warming up. I've kind of neglected that for a while, doing any sort of mobility work and warm-up work, so I've been spending a little bit more time foam rolling, not like a ton of time, maybe 5 minutes or something before my workouts, doing some foam rolling, doing some band stuff, just to make sure I'm really ready for the movement for the day, do some prehab, and hopefully prevent any injuries from occurring. Luckily, I haven't really had too many injuries from my training. If you guys remember, I guess around 4 weeks ago or so, when we had that big snowstorm, I mentioned I twisted my ankle really badly, and it's actually still been bothering me. And it's been, I think, 4 weeks since it happened. Luckily, it hasn't affected me in the gym at all, but just sometimes when I am not in the gym and I just kind of move my foot the wrong way or put weight on my foot the wrong way, it still kind of hurts. So I must have done something pretty significant to it, but luckily it hasn't affected my training one bit. So that was it for squats. Like I said, it felt pretty good. It's light just for reps, obviously, so RPE isn't that high. Bench press, I was a little bit nervous going into this. I wasn't really sure what 85% was going to feel like and if I'd be able to get 5 sets of 4. So this is my first set here. I did film my first, third, and fifth set just to give you an idea. And hopefully on my strength days I'm going to be able to use this piece of equipment, just because this is obviously going to be the same specifications of the bench and everything that I'll be using in the meet. So I'm going to try to keep things as specific as possible, especially on my strength days in particular. On my recovery days, obviously it's not as important, and probably even so for the hypertrophy days, but for strength I really want to try to be as competition specific as possible, using the Ohio power bar and the Evanco plates if I can, and then this rack here. So these actually felt pretty good. They did feel heavy, but things moved pretty well. I didn't hit too high of an RPE. So that was my third set. I was resting at probably around 3 minutes between each set. I might have taken another extra minute before this last set. Working on my setup, it's been feeling really good lately. So for USAPL, you need to bench with your feet flat on the ground. And then for most meets, or every meet, you have to keep your butt on the bench, your back on the bench, obviously. And for USAPL, you also need to keep your head down. So just obviously practicing that. You see my butt move a little bit, but I don't think it came off the bench at all. So this is my last rep here. Let's see what this looks like. I called that an RPE 8.5, which is actually perfect for what we're trying to do with these strength days. So even though I was a little bit nervous heading into that, it actually moved really well. So I just filmed the rest of my accessories, what they look like. Previously on this day I was doing a standing overhead press, but since I'm now obviously spending more time doing my competition lifts, I want to make sure I'm not really taxing my low back or anything with any of my accessory movements. So just going to be doing seated here. Also the overall volume on my accessories are going to be going down as my volume on my competition lifts go up. So this is just 65-pound dumbbells here for 3 sets of 10. Most of my accessories are going to be 2 to 3 sets of anywhere between like 8 to 15 reps. So that was just one of my sets there. The next thing I did today was a one-arm overhead tricep extension. So I chose to do one arm. Harry just wanted me to do an overhead tricep movement, which gets the long head of your tricep involved, versus doing like a rope press down where you hit the I guess the short or the medial head of your tricep. So this would probably be considered more of a functional tricep movement. I haven't done something like this in a long time, probably since back when I was doing my bodybuilding prep. So I wasn't really sure what kind of weight to use, but I ended up doing 25-pound dumbbell for 3 sets of 8 reps I got. So we'll definitely try to progress on these, but obviously my accessories, I'm not as concerned as progressing and making gains there as I am as making sure I'm hitting all my prescribed lifts for my competition movements. For some reason this felt way better on my left arm than it did on my right. I'm not really sure if it was just the motor pattern or my left arm's stronger. I don't really think my left arm is much stronger than my right, but it was kind of strange how much easier the left felt than my right arm on that. So the last thing here is just a face pull, keeping the weight pretty light on these. There's not really a need to go too heavy. You could even get away with doing these face pulls with some light resistance bands. But really you just want to focus on proper form, keeping your scapula retracted and pulling back with your rear delts. These are obviously a great movement to just keep your shoulders healthy. So that's it for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. I know most of you guys like to see some food, but wanted to discuss my training. Leave any comments you have below if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next video.